We'll get some energies leading up to separation, sort of an energy that this is carrying, maybe some lessons that are part of your soul connection, maybe some shadows or some mirrored things, something to surrender, a major issue possibly that was going on here, and possibly some timing and answers for the future. So if you'd like to hear all these messages and more, please stick around for your section's entirety, and also hit that subscribe button and the bell so you can see more videos like this on a weekly basis. All right, let's jump into this we'll start with Taurus and Gemini. Okay, we'll put these aside and we're starting with Taurus and Gemini. Okay, so Taurus and Gemini, I'll try to make sure you guys can see the cards. Let's get into this because we'll talk about what happened maybe that caused this separation. The energies, the attitudes, the emotions surrounding this. Now, these can be genderless, meaning that you don't have to specifically resonate with one particular sign or one particular sex, okay? Just keep that in mind. All right, so I feel like Taurus is almost like the life of the party. I'm getting like Taurus is like action oriented, kind of like needs validation, but like has a really good time around the people that they love. Okay, I don't know if they met Gemini at a party or somewhere that was fun. I feel like when they met Gemini was not in the best place. They may have lost a job recently or had some issues with money or finances. I feel like Taurus might have reached out to try to help Gemini. I feel like Gemini thought that was the greatest thing, like almost like Taurus was their savior. And I feel like Gemini was open to things, but I feel like at first it might have been a little bit more sexualized. And I also feel like Gemini has some wounds from the past that they have not yet let go of, and they are a little bit paranoid about being hurt again. Okay, so that's what I'm getting off the bat here. I'm going to pull in some energies from the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine. Now remember, it does not have to be sign specific, okay? Just take what resonates and don't worry about what doesn't resonate, because then it's not meant for you. It could be meant for somebody else, okay? And if you want something more personal, I'm going to leave my private reading information in the description box, okay? So Gemini, I feel like, was pushed into a breakthrough because of their connection with Taurus. I feel like Taurus really showed Gemini, I don't know, how to like manage things better, time, how to go after their goals a little better. I feel like they were just such a positive influence, but I also feel like they felt a little bit of a need to control what was happening with Gemini. So let's see. We've got destructive ego with Gemini. So Gemini might need their ego stroked a lot. Look, I'm taking all of these. We got head above water and we've got finding peace. So Gemini, like I said, was in a tough position. They were just in an energy, I feel like they just didn't know where they were going or what to do. I also feel like they weren't really accepting help from anybody, or they didn't know how to accept help. I feel like they were almost in a poverty type thing, and really more so, like the card says, keeping their head just above water, like seconds away from drowning in their emotions or their challenges or their problems. I feel like they were just so distraught over whatever was going on in their life. Okay, but in separation, their lesson more or less is to find peace in their own life. Try to make peace for themselves and peace with the past. Okay, if that makes any sense. That's all stuff they need to do that the Divine Feminine or the Divine Masculine, whichever is resonating here, cannot do for them. They have to do it themselves. So let's get some Divine Feminine into this and we'll see what we're getting. Okay. But we've got infatuation, okay? So in the beginning of this, Divine Feminine might have been a little bit more infatuated, a little bit more obsessed with them, only because their energy was so, I feel like they released an energy, or they showed an energy of, I need help. I'm like this broken bird. I need to be nurtured. So Taurus was like right in, like, boom, I can do that. But in the same breath, they were infatuated with the fact, I think, that they thought that this person was going to grow faster. They were going to change. They were going to be what they wanted them to be, if that makes any sense, because they were putting the nurture in. So, I mean, I feel like no matter how much nurture you put into this, it was up to them to heal their wounds of the past. Yeah, and we're getting martyr for love, okay? So I feel like the divine feminine was putting off all their issues, problems, life, everything, to focus on the divine masculine here. And, you know, it sort of like was a little bit of a waste of energy, because they really just took your good love and nature and kindness, and they used it, but it didn't make them move any faster into the direction that you wanted them to go. And I feel like you would definitely have sacrificed a lot more for this person if separation didn't happen. So I feel like that's why separation happened, and it needed to happen, because you were giving too much divine feminine, and we're getting stuck in time. So you feel like you're stuck in the past. You can't let go of what was so good between the two of you. You also can't let go of what was bad either. So you're focusing on both, and that's good, because that's part of your healing process. As long as you are working towards healing and not staying stuck in these energies like forever, eternity, thinking that you know, you're so hurt you can't move on. Spirit is urging you to try to take the good and the bad and just go in the new direction, okay? And we've got a yes answer. So yes, be patient. So whatever you're wondering or whatever you were asking coming into this reading, you're getting a yes answer, okay? So let's see something that was mirrored here, okay? And this could be an issue, because it's the mirror. It's an issue that you both may have, okay? So let's get a message for that. Okay. Okay, we've got fear of loss and grief. I don't get attached easily because I've dealt with a lot of loss. So that could be the divine masculine. Divine masculine, I feel like, has had a lot of loss, has had a lot of things that have made him a little bit paranoid, or a little bit, I don't know, in an energy where he feels like he can't trust, or he feels like he can't give himself fully because he's afraid to lose a piece of himself again. And the divine feminine, we've got validation wounds. I feel like I was never heard. So she needed to be validated in her energy and love and nurture that she gave him, and he just couldn't do it. I feel like she feels like she saved him, you know, or wanted to save him. And he just, at the moment, he was just going to take the love, but not really take the savior part, okay, because he wasn't ready. So let's get an energy that this connection is carrying. Let's get an energy. So we're getting angel of love. So this is a very true connection. I feel like if you were wondering, like, did they love you, or, you know, you love them, like vice versa, there's love here, okay? Definitely. You wouldn't be here, you wouldn't be inquiring about this if you didn't feel love for this person, or they didn't feel love for you. So it's mutual, just so you know, okay? I'd like to talk about like a major issue that might have been going on in the connection. Let's see what we're getting. Ooh, we've got fragmented energy. Okay, so I feel like the both of you maybe needed to clear things up from the past. Maybe one of you more than the other. I feel like this whole thing with this union forced you to look at past relationships, past hurts. I also feel like there's not enough pieces here. You could want and love and put all the right things in, and if it's just not meant to be in the moment, it's just not going to be meant to be in the moment. I just feel like something is missing here, okay? And I feel like in the union, there was something missing as well, and you or your twin may have been aware of it, okay? Which would either make you run or chase, all right? So there's some fragmented energy, meaning that there was an incomplete energy to this. Something was missing, a vital piece was missing. So now, we're going to talk about a relationship. Like, this is for relationships, unions, connections, okay? So what I want to ask because I feel like every twin flame union connection, you have major lessons in your soul contract. So let's see what one of those major lessons is, okay? Let's see. We're getting sensuality. The frequency of sensuality reminds us that as spirits in human bodies, we are sensual beings experiencing joy and pleasure from the physical world through our senses. So I feel like the two of you activated each other's senses and sensuality, where maybe in the past there was cold feelings about, I don't know, other people, or you were with other people and it didn't click like this. There wasn't that magic. There wasn't that sexual high sensuality energy. So this was called out of you. And activated by your twin, and vice versa, okay? So part of that lesson, part of that, what you're learning together is sensuality, together or apart, okay? You're learning that. It's something that you guys chose to learn about, okay? And feeling it in your body, your mind, your spirit, your soul, whatever, every aspect, you felt it with this person. That's why in this particular connection, it's so hard to let go. So something to release or surrender, okay? That's going to help you move towards a new direction in your spiritual journey. All right, surrender stress. Take a few deep breaths and exhale the tension you've built up in your body. Let the stress go as you can come back to your center. So this whole thing was very stressful, very, I feel, taxing on your body, on your mind, on your soul, when it was supposed to do sort of the opposite. It's hard to, like, I don't know, it's hard to progress when you're like worried about the outcome, or worried about what they're doing, or worried about if you did something wrong. So what I'm getting from Spirit is let that go. Let it go as much as you can. Release it, because it doesn't matter. It's the past. It's like what's behind you. Okay? So there's a little bit of work here to do. I hope that this was helpful. Please let me know what you think in the comments. Now we're going to get on to Taurus and Libra. Okay, so Taurus and Libra. I'm going to keep my other cards here sort of as a guide as I go through. All right, Taurus and Libra. Now remember, these cards come out. It doesn't have to be that it resonates in the masculine or the feminine or the Taurus or the Libra. Just go with what feels right, okay? So Taurus and Libra. All right, so I feel like Taurus, let's get the Libra cards. Okay, so I feel like Taurus, was there something that you were running from, or something that you were hiding, or something that you didn't want to come out, or something that you were fearful, like you didn't want to give too much or show too much about yourself, or let your twin in, okay? I feel like Taurus may be the runner. I feel like Taurus can't feel like they're attacked about this, because they're gonna respond a little bit aggressively, because they feel like they're entitled to feel the way they feel. But I also feel like if Taurus, you ran, or you were frightened by some of the things that Libra did, I feel like you wanted Libra to need you more and appreciate you a little bit more, and they're so independent and the star of their own show that they didn't give you that. So I feel like that might have agitated. And I also feel like, Taurus, now you're looking back on this and now you wish they would come back, or you want them back, or you want to put something out there to them, like put feelers out to them, okay? I feel like Libra is definitely independent. I feel like they really feel like they don't need anybody for anything. They learned this at a young age, okay? They learned to stay strong, and be everything for themselves at a young age. It might have been something their parents taught them, okay? So there's no hating on that. But for them to learn to open up to people, to need people too, okay? I feel like Libra sometimes has such a strong energy and is so diplomatic that they forget that they need people. They need connection and everything, okay? And I mean, if that doesn't resonate, don't worry about it. But this is for whoever's finding this. Obviously, these messages are meant for you, okay? So don't worry about what doesn't resonate. Now, let's get the divine feminine aspect of this, okay? Get some energies pulling in from the divine feminine here. All right, we've got shedding light, okay? Hold on one second. We've got shedding light. We've got vulnerable. and we've got disbelief. So divine feminine really, really felt very, I feel like pushed aside here, okay? They felt pushed aside. I'm just gonna move my camera, guys. I need to plug in my battery here, okay? So divine feminine felt like they might have felt like they were shedding light on some of this for the divine masculine, but I feel like they need to shed light in their own life as well, okay? More so with this vulnerability, because I feel like, was this more like you felt some way attacked or like you're not enough? Okay, I feel like it's not that you're not enough. I feel like this connection here, Libra just is very strong. They have to work on accepting like love, accepting like, you know, all the aspects of a relationship is give and take. Okay, that's what I'm getting here for them. All right, so let's get some divine masculine. Complex emotions, temptation, and regrets. Okay, so I feel like Libra may have possibly cheated, or possibly had somebody else in mind, or they were pursuing someone else. Okay, I don't know if it was somebody a little younger, and I don't know if it's just that their energy is a young, youthful, more immature energy. And when I say immature, I don't mean like you're a bratty, immature person. I mean that you haven't had enough life experiences yet, or enough love experiences to learn lessons from, okay? And I feel like Taurus is like shocked by, not Taurus, the divine feminine. The divine feminine is shocked by divine masculine's behavior, but divine masculine regrets this and regrets being led by temptation, okay, is really what I'm getting from all of this. They're sad about it, okay? Let's get something that was mirrored here. Yep, we've got dishonesties. Lying was a learned behavior for me. So I feel like Libra or the divine masculine, I'm getting that Libra's the divine masculine here and Taurus is the divine feminine. You could have it either way, guys. It doesn't matter, but this is what I'm getting, okay? And if that doesn't resonate, then this is not for you. Lying was learned behavior for me. So I feel like this is just something that this person did. They can't face themselves. They'd rather tell a lie. They can't be honest. They have a problem with that, okay? They have a problem maybe with temptation. It's as hard as it is. I mean, these are the things that really open us up. Let's get an energy that it was carrying. I don't like that card. We've got yin and yang. So yin and yang, I feel like this is about balance. I feel like one of you may have been like, I need my cake and eat it too, but Spirit is another lesson to teach. Spirit is coming together. The two of you is like the yin and the yang. So this definitely feels like twin flame to me. You're supposed to balance each other. You're supposed to counter each other. You know, it's not all sunshine and roses. It's actually a lot of the time it's opposites attract with twin flames, okay? So if you're, you know, responsible, your twin might be irresponsible. If you're a money maker, your twin might be irresponsible with money. If you're sort of more stable and secure and a little more disciplined, your twin might be less disciplined. So that's what I'm feeling like was going on here. And that might have been, in the beginning, you're drawn to each other. Oh my God, this feels great. This feels great. There's nothing like this. But then when those energies start twitching around you and you do realize, oh, there's so much yin yang energy here, so many things that I say they oppose, so many things that I do that they don't do. So it's like you got to release some judgments, I feel like, about each other. And just know that sometimes you can come together, but it doesn't mean you're going to stay together, because the energies need to grow elsewhere. So let's get a card for a major energy or a major issue. We've got conflict. So there was conflicts here, obviously. I don't need to say a lot about this card, because this is just two people that I feel like are very different and have very different views and values about love. So it may have shooken you guys' foundations a bit. So let's get a message for you guys, a soul thing, a soul lesson that both your souls decided that you wanted to learn here. We've got time. The energy of time supports our understanding of the relativity of time and our capacity to be present in the moment. So you guys have to give this time. And you also have to know that time is an illusion, okay? So you just do your best, do what you're doing, keep keeping on is what I like to say, okay? There's not a lot to say about that card. It's a timing issue. There might be more time needed here to develop, more time to take for yourselves, more time on your spiritual journeys. All right, so let's get something to surrender. Surrender your attachment to results. We just said this. It's so funny how it comes out. The formula for success is to do all you can to make things happen. Then let go of the results. Holding on too tightly to a desired outcome can sabotage it. Absolutely, guys. Very clear messages here. I hope that these were helpful. And I hope that you guys will get some peace from this or some clarity. All right, so let's get on to Taurus and Aquarius. Okay, so Taurus and Aquarius. Let's see what was going on here leading up to separation. Now, it doesn't matter masculine or feminine, Taurus or Aquarius, however it resonates with you is meant for you, okay? All right, so I feel like Taurus may have been coming out of a relationship, a bad relationship, and they met their twin, and their twin elevated them, healed them, and helped them. Either that, or I feel like Taurus may be having a hard time accepting the ending of this. I feel like they're both having a hard time accepting the ending of this. I feel like they both brought each other strength and peace, or they're supposed to bring each other strength and peace. I feel like they both have the same goals in mind, but I feel like somebody's in an energy where they have to win all the time. Winning is more important than anything. They want to win every argument and win every fight. I also feel like Aquarius more feels like to me like they would work towards this, or they put in a lot of work and it didn't pay out the way they thought it was going to pay out. I feel like they feel so defeated by this whole thing. Okay, so I don't know if Taurus had an energy where they argued and they felt like they had to be right, and Aquarius is completely defeated by this. Aquarius really wanted like the happy ending, is what I'm getting. Okay, if it resonates the other way, that's fine. Don't go crazy. Don't shoot me down over it. It's more to me that there was a little bit of toxic energy here is what I'm feeling. I feel like somebody's like, I have all the plans of all the happiness and all the beautiful things in the world I want to give to you. I want to do. And the other one is like, well, I got to win every fight. And, I don't know how to, walk away and say it's okay. So that might have been a lesson here, is to learn to choose your battles and learn when you need to zip it and walk away, and when you need to be okay with losing, or losing an argument, or letting somebody know a little more than you, or have a little more experience than you, okay? Aquarius, I feel like, was in an energy where they were a lot more diplomatic. I feel like Taurus, this takes a lot of strength for you maybe to overcome some of these past thoughts or past behaviors or anything like that. All right, let's get some divine feminine into this. We've got trust the timing, we've got temptation, and we've got deeply rooted. So I don't know if divine feminine was tempted into this with Aquarius, or the divine masculine, however it resonates. I feel like they were more like in a sexualized energy, where they had a little more sexual energy towards this, and Aquarius had a little more family-oriented, grounded type energy towards this. That's what I'm getting. I feel like some of Taurus's issues may be a little bit more deeply rooted, where they may have been really hurt badly by people from the past. They may feel like, maybe the divine masculine reflected some of those things, but if they did, like, let's just say the divine masculine reflected people of Taurus's past, okay? Divine masculine was doing this to show divine feminine, you have to heal these past people, you have to let these past people go. Sometimes we get caught up on people and be like, maybe I can go back to that person. Maybe I should stay friends with them. I feel like that's a little bit of what was going on possibly. And divine masculine brought in an energy like, no, you need to let all those old things die, all those old connections die, all those old ways you're feeling die. Divine masculine, disappointed, yep, that makes a lot of sense. Intuition, and stripped away. So the divine masculine, I feel like, is deeply hurt, okay? They feel like they lost everything here. They feel like they lost everything that they've worked at and worked for. I feel like they saw this coming. They think they saw this coming. So I feel like if you think you saw this coming, Divine Masculine, you did, okay? You do have intuition. You are supposed to use your intuition about how to go forward, okay? So you may feel completely defeated. You may feel so down in the dumps that you feel like you can't get up, you can't move, you can't nothing. But you have to try to pull yourself up out of this, like more like come out of this energy like a phoenix, okay? Because I feel like you're like, this is the end of the end. There's no going back for me. I can't. I feel like once you get up and you start to use your intuition about the next steps, you got to strip away all the old, okay? Maybe you're a little too giving, you're a little too good. So strip that all away and rejuvenate yourself, okay? Rejuvenate yourself, your soul, your spirit, everything, because I feel like you are very powerful, very, very powerful, okay, in this. So let's get an energy this is carrying. We've got patience. All right, so this whole thing needs patience on both parts, okay? It could be that, you know, maybe one of you felt like this wasn't moving fast enough, or the other one wanted to move too quickly and that caused running, okay, or chasing. So patience needs to be executed in this for both of you. And don't worry about timing. Don't worry about what's next. Just be gentle on yourselves. That's all. I feel like we all hype ourselves up and get so upset. So let's get something else. We've got planning and action. So I feel like now is the time to do the self-focus and start to make strides towards the future. Do the things that you need to do for you. Work on yourself, your spirituality. Work on your shadow work. Letting go of anger, letting go of resentment, sadness, guilt, fear, everything that's, you know, a heavier energy. Try to learn to let those things go. I also feel like this has to do with working on yourselves, like your careers, like your next steps. Maybe even moving, okay? Moving, planning a move. That's some of the energy that comes in with that. So let's get a major energy lesson here. More a lesson, okay? That I feel like we're all given like a lesson or experience that we come here to learn together. Like a main theme, okay, of your relationship. And look, we've got awareness. The energy of awareness supports our capacity to focus our attention on all aspects of a multidimensional world so that we create a reality that we truly chose. So I feel like part of you guys' paths is to come into your awarenesses about what you really want out of life, not in a relationship, what you want individually out of life is what I'm getting. So we're going to pull one more card for what you might need to surrender to, okay? And we're getting surrender to complete healing. Open fully to the loving, compassionate forces of the universe that support your physical, emotional, and spiritual healing. So this is about healing, okay? I feel like unless you heal, you can't really come back to this because it feels very messy to me right now. The energies are heavy, they're sad. So I feel like a lot more healing needs to happen here, okay? I really hope that this was helpful. I really wish you the best. Love and light to all of you. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.